Hey guys, welcome to Vamas Junction. Did you ever know that flaxseed meal and chickpea flour can be used as a bread improver? Yes, you heard us right. We are going to use these ingredients and bake super luscious whole wheat atta bread on gas oven. So let's jump into the recipe. And yeah, we do keep posting such yummy recipes. तो सब्सक्राइब नहीं किया तो क्या किया यारो, सब्सक्राइब कर ही डालो and do hit the notification bell so that you'll get notified जब कभी हम videos post करें. So let's keep going. So a good bread requires a good yeast. We are using here instant dry yeast. You can find it easily on Amazon stores. So it is 2 tablespoons of instant dry yeast. And then to ferment yeast, you also require something sweet. So we are taking here jaggery powder, which is 1 teaspoon. And along with that, also adding 1 teaspoon of whole wheat atta. And then we are going to let it rest for about 1 to 2 minutes till it blooms. Now here we are preparing the roux for the bread. This is the bread improver or the enhancer, you can say. So this is the important secret paste that is made out of 1 tablespoon of chickpea flour and 1 tablespoon of golden flaxseed. In case you don't get golden flaxseed, you can always replace it with the regular flaxseed and grind it to the powder, and add lukewarm water and make this into a smooth paste, and then transfer it on the non-stick pan. Use non-stick pan because we don't want the paste to stick at the bottom, and the consistency should be lumpy and glue-like consistency. Cook it for about 1 to 2 minutes. Let it thicken. After that, transfer it into the bowl and let it cool down completely before we use it for making dough. This paste itself is going to make your bread quality just like that of the store-bought bread. And here we are not using any kind of refined flour or maida. Instead of that, we are using golden flaxseed powder, which has its own nutritional value. And to find out its nutritional value, you can Google it.
We are taking 1 cup of whole wheat flour, two-third cups of semolina. We are going to knead our flour. ऐसे फूल के ऊपर आना चाहिए, तभी आप समझ सकते हो कि हमारा ब्रेड भी ऐसे ही फूलेगा, इसीलिए अच्छे से इसको फर्मेंट करना ज़रूरी है.
Now let's assemble the bread dough. First we are going to add the yeast, which we have fermented right now, and after that we are also adding the flaxseed mixture, the flaxseed powder and chickpea flour mixture that we had prepared earlier. And then after that we are just going to see how much how much more water will require at this stage, because this mixture, the dough, the dry ingredient, consists of whole wheat atta and semolina. So since we are adding semolina in this, it will require more of the liquid, because water, because semolina soaks in more water. So remember that. So let's go ahead and start mixing up the dough and adjust the water levels accordingly. Here we are adding about half cup more of lukewarm water. We are kneading this dough till water gets completely absorbed, and then further we are going to connect it to the stand mixer. If you don't have stand mixer, you can knead it in the same manner for more 5 to 10 minutes. Kneading is crucial in bread making because this will make your bread rise furthermore and give the desirable bread spongy kind of texture that we are looking for, and your dough will be happy that way. So that's the reason why we are further kneading it for 5 to 10 minutes, and then after that we are going to keep this to rise for about 1 to 2 hours minimum or maximum, depending upon the weather of your city or country wherever you are in. for about 13 minutes, like you can see at the stopwatch. Checking on the consistency of the dough. The dough should be a bit loose and elastic at this point, and we are going to add 1 tablespoon of clarified butter, that is ghee, desi ghee, to it, and then knead it with our hand just to check on this consistency. After this, form a dough and then let it rise. This takes about 2 hours to double in size. Spread it nicely in the glass bowl and cover it with the damp cloth and keep it in the warm space. I usually keep it in the oven. This helps to rise the dough quickly. It took exactly 2 hours to ferment this dough, and just look at the air pockets that have been formed at the base of the glass bowl. This assures that our bread dough is going to be a perfect bread like we buy it from the store, and the steps that we have followed are correct steps. Now grease your hands and punch back the dough and knead it again, and at this point, if you feel that your bread dough is a little loose, you can add 2 tablespoons of whole wheat atta and adjust the consistency of the dough like you see on your screen right now. Shaping our bread into a log shape and placing it in the loaf tin. Before that, we are greasing the loaf tin with ghee and then placing the log shaped bread dough and let it rise for about 40 to 50 minutes before we bake it in our gas oven. I have divided this dough into 2 logs, so this will give us 2 bread loaves. And after creating the bread loaf shape, I am applying honey to it. Honey will give that golden color to our bread. So now let's get our gas oven ready. For that, we are placing a heavy bottom kadhai on the gas stove and cover it with the lid and preheat it for about 5 minutes before we bake our bread. So after 5 minutes of preheating, open the lid, place the steel plate or a wire rack will do, and on that place your loaf tin. Bake it for about 10 to 15 minutes with the lid closed, and this time will differ depending upon the speed of your gas stove. For us, it took about 10 to 15 minutes. After 5 minutes or 7 minutes, I would recommend you to check the base of your bread. After we see the browning at the base, what we are doing here is we are going to flip it and again put it to bake so that the top layer also gets the browning effect. We are adding clarified butter at the base of the loaf tin, and we are going to keep the flip side at the bottom and bake it for about another 5 minutes till we get the brown color on the base. Our bread is ready. We are going to apply clarified butter to it and let it cool down completely before we cut bread slices. Take a sharp knife or a serrated knife like we're using out here. Then cut them into slices. The bread has to cool down completely. That's when you can slice out the bread easily and you'll get sharp edges that way. Please take a note, the height of bread is short as compared to that of the regular market sliced bread. That's because we've divided our dough in 2 bread tin with a plan of preparing crostini or finger sandwiches. So that's the beauty of preparing your bread at home. We can customize the shape and size as per our preference.